Celestial Astrology, unlocking the secrets of the celestial heavens and learning how we can weave its mystical gems and star-studded guidance so we can have the most epic life ever. Ready to take the cosmic plunge with me? Okay, beloveds, ready, set, go. Welcome, Sacred Beloveds. This is Aria Gaines, Jaguar Woman, here at Sacred Earth Guardians, and we are sharing with you the celestial forecast of this beautiful and powerful Capricorn full moon eclipse. And so right now we are navigating this aspect of truly going through this deep release of the south node of the moon in Capricorn. And it is in this alignment and saturating even more deeply with both Saturn and Pluto in Capricorn. And so really this is going to be a time of releasing old structures, old paradigms, old karmic ties that are no longer aligning for us, and really calling us towards that north node energy of the Cancer, of the moon, of the feminine, of our emotional heart. And so in this time, we are really going to be going through this aspect of reconstruction, also happening during this Mercury retrograde, really reviewing and renewing and reconsidering the way we are navigating our lives, both collectively as well as individually, each one of us, and really learning how to reparent ourselves and really starting to shift through and see where there's the cracks in the foundations and finding those places in our lives that are no longer aligning. And so there's this highlighting, right? The moon is emanating a light, and so it reveals things. And so right now we might be going through this time of revealing things, of truths, of this aspect of really starting to see who we are and who we are not. And so this Mercury in retrograde is allowing us to have this divine reframing of how we are seeing our situations in our lives, in regards to our light, in regards to how we are shining ourselves. Are we being an authentic truth? Or are we trying to play a part? Are we trying to put on a show, to put on a mask so that we may be more loved? Or are we showing up as our authentic, real selves? Because really and truly, what's more powerful than us being in our truth and being bold in that truth and being raw and messy humans? I recently had one of my beautiful clients of mine and a dear friend in the spiritual community, say to me that he thought I was a superhuman. And I said, yeah, you know what? I'm a superhuman, and so are you. And I'm also human too. And so really getting down to these core aspects of being really true and real with ourselves, and being this place of vulnerability, and seeing that we do have this humanness. And with that, we have this opportunity to release those parts of ourselves that are not aligning with us anymore, And, with this Mercury square Uranus, there is going to be this taste of the future and potential. So there can be a lot of excitement here. There can be a lot of this aspect of starting to navigate and really reconsider and thinking about our light, our truth, our heart, our leadership, and how we're navigating that, But there's also going to be this time where, even with reclaiming that spontaneity and bringing that childlike nature, we're also going to get to some really serious truths, So it's really seeing this navigation of really understanding that these old containers, these old paradigms of this masculine energy is no longer working, and that we have to redefine what it means for our collective, for an empowered masculine, not only on a collective level, but as well as for ourselves. Saturn and Pluto get a super bad rep because they've been seen in this eye of the death card with Pluto and the Tower card with Saturn. I might be mixing that up right now that I think about it, but it's still that death and tower, that falling apart in these old paradigms, or seeing that Scorpio energy of Pluto, being a Scorpion intense energy, taboos, and the shadow realms and the shadow work, and Saturn can be, kind of that overbearing masculine figure that controls and restricts, and we can feel like it's hindering us from our light and our truth. But in truth, the energies of both Saturn and Pluto are actually helping us to evolve. Saturn helps us to really connect to more of creating strong containers for the feminine to flow in, and creating foundations and structures that are going to align for us in our path. And Pluto destroys things that are no longer aligned with us, and then helps us to reconstruct and rebirth new ways of being. So they actually are giving us beautiful medicine and beautiful gifts. And so we're really opening up to the fact that if we continue to let go of these old paradigms, the ways of us being and ourselves, and collectively, we can create new containers, new approaches, new ways of navigation, new roadmaps, and new territories that we are going in, uncharted territories. And so that's really important, to call in the construction crews, to call in breaking down these old paradigms, breaking down the old foundations and ourselves, so that we can be able to more fully shine in our true, authentic self and really tap into that courageous aspect of ourselves. There is this aspect that I love about Saturn, creates this gravity that roots us into the earth. And so much of the spiritual community focuses on wanting to connect into the spiritual realms and receive downloads and, connect to intuition. But if we do not ground our dreams, if we do not ground our visions, if we do not bring what we receive in the spiritual realms, on the spiritual pilgrimages, on these journeys that we go on, and how do we integrate it into our bodies and integrate it into our lives, then all of that is so beautiful and precious, the medicine, but we're not actually fully coming to a completion with the medicine we've received. And so we have to take this time now. These retrogrades help us to pause before we just go full blast ahead, to say, wait a second, I need to go and slow down and pause and really be with what's going on here, because we can't create new things without us making space for things that are not aligned for us. And so, it's really this aspect of, yes, realizing that beauty and the medicine of grounding and being in our body and anchoring our medicine and taking our visions into action and actually creating the reality that we envision, that we dream and we long of, and that courage that it takes to actually go out there and take those steps. It's really, they say, like a journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. So each time we're making these steps, but right now we're really being called to take a pause and reflect on our lives. And so with that being said, we're really going to see this aspect of releasing the control and the old cycles with this South Node and Capricorn energy, this full moon that is about a time of release, to allow new alignment to form. And so during this cycle, we'll see what's aligning with us and what's not aligning with us. And there is this aspect of the Mercury and Jupiter will be soon going direct at the end of July, the beginning of August. And so that will be a rocket ship that can propel us into new destinations, into new ways of being. But in order to do that, we must take our time to really reflect and see what is in alignment and what's not in alignment with us currently right now. There's going to be this energy where we are going to, again, like I said, deconstruct these old foundations, deconstruct the things that are no longer aligning. And that includes this aspect of feeling like that we have to put on a performance, that we have to put on these masks, that we have to put on a show for the world, especially with social media, feeling like that we have to be some kind of superhuman, or seeing others that may seem like they are superhuman, and then us getting caught up in this illusion to feel like we are comparing ourselves and thinking that they are better than us or that we are better than them, because in truth we are all in this together. There is no one that is better than another person. We are all in this together. And so, if you're not in this alignment of integrity, oh wow, a bee just came here. I thought that's interesting. So if you're not in that alignment, the bees, it's about, they are about the honey, about the medicine, and they're really connected to the energy of the truth, and so I really feel that energy. I had the hummingbird come to recently visit, and it's the sweet nectar of life. And so if we want to be able to serve most deeply, most completely, then it is important for us not necessarily having to just go out online and share all of our humanness and our rawness and our and our messiness of being a human, you know, which is beautiful too in itself, but really getting clear with ourselves and being real with ourselves. We don't have to be lying to ourselves. We can start really navigating, looking deeply in ourselves of where we are calling in the need for us to heal, what things are no longer aligning with us anymore, and what now is aligning with us. And being okay with the fact that we are messy humans and that we are figuring it out every moment. And when we think we have it figured out, a lot of times the universe throws another curveball, and then we say, wait a second, I thought I had it all figured out, and something new comes along. And that's okay, because that's a part of the evolution of the way that our planet works and the way that astrology understands. You know, the collective, energy of evolutionary astrology understands that things change, and that there are things that work for a time and then it needs to change, and systems need to be updated and regulated, and that is what we're going through right now collectively and with ourselves. So it's about getting really, truly real with ourselves. And with Uranus and Taurus, there's going to be this energy of things continually being zapped out, being ripped out of our life that do not serve, and it will happen quick, like a lightning bolt. So if you find that situations are dissolving, if you're finding that there's things that you're trying to hold on to and the universe feels like it's just ripping it out, it's not alignment with you. So take those lessons, those medicines, and realize that it's actually clearing the way so that you can create a more fertile ground, because Taurus is about fertility. We have to till the soils. We have to clear the rocks out of the garden so we can, in the weeds, and we have to make those soils lush with compost that we create from alchemizing those wounds, those traumas, those things that do not serve anymore, and allowing those things to come to their death and come to their completion so that new things can emerge. And so there's a lot of karmic patterns ending right now and closing cycles, and really a time that we're going to have to practice really letting go of control of how things are unfolding and how things are coming to an end, and really reorient ourselves in our emotional compass. You know, there's this aspect where we might have ourselves finding ourselves being stubborn and trying to really hold on, but really we're asked to let go of the control, let go of how we thought it's going to be, and realize that something even better is on its way, and all we have to do is surrender and trust that the waters will carry us to where we need to be, that the winds will redirect us. And so allow this time to really be a time of tending to your heart, taking baths, taking times out, going into nature, quiet time for reflection so that you can really receive the messages and the wisdom that is coming through specifically for you in this time. And finally, we really want to ask and call in this energy of our heart song and our emotional truths. Not how we think that things should be. We might have plans for the future. We might have all of next year planned out, but guess what? Life comes at us and things change. And so really the best thing to do is that the more that we're aligned with our emotional truth, with our emotional, compass, and our authentic heart, and we're leading from this place of our wild heart, which is, Mercury and Leo retrograde is going to be going soon into the Cancer direct, Mercury and Cancer direct, and then it's going to go right through Leo again, and Mars in Leo is calling us for a step up into our leadership, into our heart sun. But the only way that we can really do that is get really real with ourselves and take this time out to release things that do not serve us, things that do not align with ourselves, so that we can shine more fully. And so finally, really, let's allow and welcome destiny to arrive at our doorsteps. Come to us. The more that we are in alignment with who we are, the more that the universe is going to show up, and it's going to support us to unfold that destiny. We're going to see that unfoldment, and we're going to flow with that instead of trying to go against the currents. And that's really what this time is about. It is about this aspect of aligning to your soul, letting destiny come to you, then rather than trying to create your life in the way that you think it is from this rational, linear mind. We're getting down into the heart. And that's the work I really do with my clients and with my students. We work in this way where we focus on you. We focus on you coming into your soul truth. And the only way that we can do that is through this example of this transit that we're going through, is really starting to deconstruct these old patterns of who we think we are and our stories and everything that we want to hold on to and think that that's the truth. And we unearth and we uncover deeper soul truths, our heart songs, deep emotional reserves inside of ourselves, and then get really, really quiet and really, really deep into ourselves to listen to ourselves and allow that part to inform us and let that part lead us in the life that we create. So when we get alignment more and more with who we are, then we are creating from this very powerful place of co-creating with the universe, co-creating with Great Spirit, God, with Mother Earth, with the universe, with the cosmos. And so you can do that. The more that you let go and release and you realize that there's medicine in those places of darkness and the wounds, and that you don't have to live those stories anymore, then you get to be more powerful. You get to be your own creator with the universe. And what better way to be able to really create a new world, a new paradigm for humanity, but other than doing the soul work that's necessary in ourselves to get really clear with who you are, so aligned that you emanate and you walk from this place of soul truth within yourself. I love you all so much. Remember, for self-care and to take this tender time to just really be with yourself, to ground into the earth, to take time to really tend to your emotional heart, and just know that whatever is being released out of your life, whatever tectonic plates are shifting your life, is actually for your highest evolution of your spirit. And see if you can be open to the medicine that is coming through and these releasings and letting go and finding those ways to really know that this is making room for a new way of being and for new things to emerge in your path to unfold even more brilliantly and beautiful, because we have some beautiful energy coming up. So if you do the work, and you really do the work, then you will be able to navigate more fully, more powerfully in this next few months to come, to more so lead the destiny and create the destiny that you want, that you deserve, from a place of your authentic true self. If you're interested in booking a shamanic healing session with me, breathwork session with me one-on-one, or you want to come to my upcoming circles, cacao and breathwork, then definitely check out our events that we have coming up, or you can reach out to me and we can book a session together and we can work together. We work as a team. I don't like to say that I'm healing you. I like to say that we are working as a team to really get in alignment with your soul truth and do that beautiful soul work that's necessary, that brings you closer and more alignment with who you are. And then we create from that place and that framework, from your place of power. I love you so much, all of you beautiful souls. Blessings to you, this beautiful Capricorn Eclipse portal. Mwah. See y'all soon. Bye.
Thanks for watching my video. So if you want to check out my playlists, I have, among others, the Simon Necronomicon, the Tree of Life, General Magic, Tulpamancy, a playlist on my books, the elements, stones, the theories that govern magic, and the gods and goddesses of Mesopotamia. If you want to check out my books on Amazon, I have Creating Consciousness, Magical Mechanics, Magical Theater, Handy Sigil Magic, Magical Movement, which is an update and expansion upon Handy Sigil Magic, Magical Mastery, which is a combination masterwork of Magical Theater and Magical Mechanics, and The Guide to the Spheres and Beyond. You can also find me on Facebook at Magickology YT. You can email me at priestofthenecro@gmail.com, and you can even check out my Instagram, which is Magickology. And good hunting.